Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. The American Film Institute has twice proclaimed Citizen Kane the greatest film of all time in their top 100 countdowns. The new film, Mank, is another examination of that film. It's now in select theaters and will be streaming on Netflix December 4th, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. The title Mank is the nickname for Citizen Kane screenwriter Herman Mankiewicz, played by fellow Oscar winner Gary Oldman. It's 1940, and Orson Welles has basically been given carte blanche to make any movie he wants and is given total creative control over it. Mank's screenplay for the film was on a tight deadline for Welles, but his broken leg and alcoholism are getting in the way of him finishing his script. The movie poses as a scathing takedown of William Randolph Hearst, played ferociously by Charles Dance. The movie Mank is a cinephile's dream come true. The making of Citizen Kane has been the topic of many books and an HBO movie named RKO 281 with Liev Schreiber as Orson Welles and John Malkovich as Herman Mankiewicz. But now David Fincher, the stunning visionary behind masterpieces like The Social Network, Zodiac, Seven, brings his eye to it with a screenplay by Jack Fincher, who's his father. So much of Fincher's work features complicated central characters who really ride the line between protagonist and antagonist. Fincher is a meticulous director and was one of the early adapters of shooting a movie on digital versus film, and yet this movie about classic Hollywood was shot on 8K monochrome digital, only then to be de-stressed and kind of roughened up to look like a grainy movie. Fincher's eye with cinematographer Eric Messerschmidt makes it all look like a black and white 1940s studio picture. It looks like it was shot on sound stages and backlots with lighting to adhere to it. The aging effects also applies to the monaural sound design, fitting of that era, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's subtle but effective score, which is devoid of their usual synthesizers. Now it's noticeable right away, which then brings the viewer closer and even deeper into the period of old Hollywood. I also want to mention, and don't forget to look out for the real spot changes during the top right corner as well. It's a little touch. Now I had a cheesy grin on my face as the movie was playing, seeing a playful side to Fincher. He's not afraid to have his actors play into the heightened style in order to land a few appropriate laughs. And while you may think that this movie is merely inside baseball for movie geeks like me, Fincher does open up this story. Even if you don't know the every name that's tossed around. It's a pretty spot-on history lesson that proves yet again that history repeats itself time and time again, especially when we don't learn from it. The politics of the era are front and center with terms like socialism and communism discussed at lengths. The character of Charles Foster Wallace in Citizen Kane was inspired, like I said, by William Randolph Hearst, and the parallels to today's leaders are staggering. At one point, Mank says, "It isn't news and it isn't real." Gary Oldman is one of the best actors working today. He's a chameleon, fully giving into the Mankiewicz and his messy life. Oldman is notably older than Mank was at the time, but there's a timeless element to him that helps him fit into the golden age of Hollywood. He delivers a powerful monologue, showing Mank to be difficult but not totally unlikable. Amanda Seyfriend gives the best role of her post-Mean Girls career as Hollywood starlet Marion Davies. She's funny, flirty, and makes Davies someone who can hold her own against Mank. Arliss Howard should not go unmentioned, as he reminds us that Louis B. Mayer is a schmuck. Mank may not be a Fincher that blows you away on first viewing, but one that you may come back to again with a deeper appreciation. It's a little slower, much like movies were at the time, but Fincher gives you a lot to think about with the state of Hollywood and politics in 1940 and today. I'm giving Mank 4.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I've got some of the movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Mank. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.